What's up, everyone? I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka the 102nd Dalmatian. I am here today, joined by
Your heavyweight champion from Wishnigwood, California, aka the janitor because we watch niggas, aka Captain Booty, Marcus Ellison.
Whoa, okay.
I am Sean MF Ross.
What the MF
What they
stand
stand for?
Motherfucker Jones.
He did it. He did it. Oh my God. He did an M and an F this time. Oh, Jesus. It's a delight. And then last up,
I'm Avery.
as
He
always.
said, let's get this show on the road.
Press X to Start podcast is a weekly show where we talk about the latest gaming news, review the biggest games, and give you our thoughts on the games we are playing. And today we are watching the PlayStation State of Play. And again, in case you forgot, our goal is to expand the video game media landscape through an underserved point of view. With that being said, now you know who we are and you see the giant screen, you know what this is about. And this is about the PlayStation State of Play. Normally we would do like, oh, what's our predictions? No, we just gonna watch it. We're gonna get into it.
Parasite Eve remake.
Still real to me, damn it.
All right, so we start off on a normal GTA because that's how PlayStation do.
As always.
True.
I was about to say, how hilarious would it have been if... Oh, wow.
So
Is
Tekken.
this-
Tekken. Okay. Oh.
Let's go!
Wait, did they break the multiverse?
Nah, they fighting.
Ooh,
This is
look
actually...
at those particle effects.
Oh my God! Let's
What I'm saying is, there's Jin and then there's Evil Jin. They're two separate people.
Nah, that's Kazuya. That's his dad. So this looks
okay.
like it's almost a continuation of the Netflix anime. Woo! Look at that. You can almost see the ash on Jin's back. You're probably wondering
Isn't
how's
the
your ash.
Netflix
Nigga got a
anime
six-pack
just
on his back.
Tekken 3?
Yeah. But like, they kind of set up like this fight that's supposed to happen. And it's interesting that they're fighting now. So I think they've actually fought them. Oh wait, you might be right.
Yeah, Tekken 3.
Yeah. No,
They
it's not
fought in
Tekken
Tekken 3.
No. Jin came in Tekken 4. So this might
No.
be some kind of weird.
No. Tekken 1
Jin
is
came in Tekken 3.
Tekken 3 is Tekken 3 is where Jin shows up.
Yeah. Tekken 4 is when he left the mission with family and started using regular karate.
Oh, okay. You might, yeah. 8. That's 8. Okay.
I high-key
Let's-
forgot that 7 even came out.
Yeah, I
Same.
have it. I have the physical copy of 7.
Same.
I was like, Tekken Sept.
It's
Oh,
official.
8.
Tekken 8 is coming to the PlayStation 5 console,
Let's
courtesy
go.
of our battle-hardened friends at
That
Bandai
was-
Namco
Gameplay
Entertainment.
and in-game cinematics. That's bonkers.
Now,
That was
let's
really
check
pretty.
in on 2 games in
I don't
development
care
for
about
PlayStation
Star Wars.
VR 2.
Next.
Oh,
I know
God,
what
and it's
all
VR?
units look like in the engine. This is...
Wouldn't it be funny if they gave Paul Phoenix a buzz cut?
The story I was telling, it was about a certain
His hair was
droid
too
repair
CPU
tech
intensive.
who had
Actually, this
no
looks pretty good for
business
VR
getting
too,
into
though.
this kind of trouble.
Yeah.
But there they were, standing against evil wherever it popped up.
I think there are a few new items on the shelves that might catch your eye.
Very good.
The locals can be a little
looks really good.
rough on tourists, but it's nothing you can't handle.
The first order on Batu. Surely we can count on you now.
I really couldn't care less about this.
Oh, hello, my
Avery's
friend.
doing it for you.
Star Wars. Tales of
That joint about to kill it at Dave and Buster's.
Ready for battle. Let all monsters beware.
D&D?
My aim is true.
I believe so.
Yeah, look like.
Taste my steel.
Oh wait, no, those are cards.
Call
Magic?
If they made a Magic like this, that or Magic the Gathering, right? If they
Yeah.
did that and turned it into something like this, that's really cool.
That might be what it is.
That's like isn't that like the same shape as the 20-side die?
I don't think so. No.
Oh yeah, totally. We all do that.
Yes. I know of
Demeo.
Dimsdale
Dimmadome.
Dimmadome.
Demeo brings the creativity and chaos of a tabletop RPG to PSVR2. This next game is being rebuilt from the ground up and will be available outside of Japan for the first time.
Rent a Hero.
Shenmue.
Could you imagine if it was Parasite Eve? Could you imagine?
That would have to be Square.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Kyoto.
It's
No,
wait, no.
Yo. Idiot.
Is this
Oh,
the Yakuza?
yes, the Yakuza prequel.
Oh, Yakuza 0.
No,
No,
there's
the
a-
Japanese one. Yeah, or the feudal Japan. Oh, yes. Good on them.
Yo,
Yakuza 0
Yakuza
minus
is
1.
the train that just keeps on chugging along. I respect it.
Oh, great. Put another game on the pile I gotta play.
So, but wait, is this gonna be the beat 'em up, or is it gonna be okay? Beat 'em up.
Jordan is somewhere nutting right now.
Oh, he got guns.
If they don't announce it comes for Xbox, he won't.
I mean, he has a PlayStation. Oh, but he ain't playing it unless it's on Game Pass. That man sticks to his principles.
Like a dragon.
Like a
Ishin.
dragon.
Ooh, it's only for PlayStation.
I mean, no. I mean, they wouldn't announce that it's for Xbox here, so I mean, it may not be.
Oh, you right.
Yeah, they could just leave off that little.
I forgot what we were watching for a
Maybe
second.
doing trickery.
Hello, Madam Mason. I understand you have a shop to sell.
Hogwarts.
Okay,
I
Hogwarts.
think you will find
Yeah.
my terms quite generous.
Generous.
What's the catch?
I look forward to playing this.
Are wise to be
Yeah,
wary.
this looks like it's gonna be.
Why is your mistress selling the shop?
She
What?
has had rotten
That
bad
face.
luck with the last few tenants.
I can't wait to play as the third nigga in Hogwarts.
Those who came before you just could not seem to escape the darkness. Will you?
Wait, what is this?
Nah, I'm not. Nope. I'm not okay with that.
This is Hogwarts Legacy, I'm pretty sure.
It is, yeah. I feel like every time they show this game, it's like, oh look,
Something
there's something
new.
else that's completely different from the first trailer you saw.
No wonder it's taking so damn long. Oh, exclusive quest. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have them blocked.
cool. February 10th. Forspoken's in February or January. I feel like I've asked that.
February.
I like that logo.
Ironwood.
That logo was
Another name for a boner.
Faction.
I'm trying to think of the name of this. I feel like this is a.
Is it
previous
Silent Hill?
game.
No.
We saw the logo of the studio, all right?
Yeah.
It's The Last of Us 3.
Oh, snaps. You thought this was going to take us years to make? Nah, it's coming out next week.
But now with cell shading.
This looks like another like walking sim, but like very moody.
And Loki looks like
Warning.
Telltale style animation.
Take immediate shelter in a stabilized area. Locations
You better go.
Sectors Delta and Echo.
Is it driving game. Is this driving game?
These
Crazy
BTs.
taxi.
Oh, snaps.
Crazy taxi.
This looks like Al Bundy's station wagon.
It does.
The Married with Children theme just starts playing.
Right.
Another one?
Pacific Drive.
After all these years?
I don't know. I'd have to see more.
Yeah. 2023.
That didn't sell me.
I'm sure that someone will enjoy that game a lot. That someone is not me.
Survive a ride from hell in Pacific Drive. The debut game from Ironwood
Hey, between the
Studios.
four of us, we should at least all like
Up
one
next,
game.
let's check in on
You're right.
PlayStation Stars, a loyalty program rolling out soon.
The hell is
You
this?
like to buy
It's the
NFTs?
NFT thing.
Hi
Oh,
everyone, I'm
God.
Grace Chen.
Or digital
Not long
goods.
ago, we announced our brand new loyalty program called
Nice
PlayStation
fat titties.
Stars. It's designed to celebrate you, the players. It will be free to join PlayStation Stars. As a member, you can complete various activities to earn points that can be redeemed for rewards.
Sean, you
Digital
about to sign up to
collectibles
this?
are a highlight of the program. These are
free.
digital representations of things that PlayStation fans love. Today, I'm pleased to give you a sneak peek at some examples of our digital collectibles.
All right, let's go.
Whether it's a
That's not-
beloved game character or a cherished device from Sony's innovative history, there will always be something new to collect and show off to your friends.
How are we showing this off?
How do you show them all?
Are we bringing my PlayStation
And
home?
I have more good news. PlayStation Stars will begin to roll out in some regions in Asia, starting in late September. It will launch in the Americas and Europe in the weeks that follow. That's it for now. Check PlayStation blog to learn more about PlayStation Stars.
They got to be relaunching PlayStation Home because where are you displaying this? I'm not just going up
Who's
on
that
anybody's
for?
fucking profile to look at their.
That was
Oh,
that was so.
Oh, DJ, this looks up your alley.
Uh-oh.
Is this the Capcom game?
No. It looks like
着地成功。ジェネレーター出力
There's front mission.
基礎情報プログラム
No, it's not from.
異常なし。
This looks like Phantom Crash
今日もし
in
っか
a
り
way,
と
like
稼ぎましょう
the way the system
I
is
feel like you're just making up
Minus
words.
the girl floating around.
AO 採掘ポイントが近いですこれはフェア
Yeah, Sean, he's just saying things.
what is that
What'd he say?
Capcom mech
デー
game
タベー
called?
スにない新種のエンダー
Lost Planet.
There we go. It seems like Lost Planet.
所属不
Yeah,
明
yeah,
機
yeah.
録音
But
緊
it's
急迎
clearly
撃システム起動
No.
I remember I played Lost Planet 1.
我々の本気を見せてあ
This
げ
is
る
moving too fast for DJ. He won't like it.
高エネルギー反応
Oh no no no. no.
対
This
象
is
から
good.
攻
This
撃
is good.
来ます
This doesn't look like it was made on a TI-83 calculator. He won't like
You're
it.
made on a TI-83 calculator. Synduality. Oh
や
shit.
りすぎちゃいました
She's a new type spirit kind of thing.
She just rocked his world.
Very
She a freak.
Valgrave the Liberator.
I'm with you.
I don't like that at all.
2023. Who is this made by? Oh, Namco.
Bandai
Bandai
Namco.
Namco. Interesting.
These next two intense action games are PS5 console exclusives. Let's take a look.
Okay, so we
I'm
can
still
assume everything
tripping
else
off of
has
that
a bit of console
PlayStation
exclusive.
Star shit.
Yeah, that was not. Oh man,
It's so
that
funny.
literally could have been a separate video by itself, so PlayStation could track how well it does. Is
그날은 갑자기 찾아왔지.
that racist?
그놈들은 무자비했고 인간들은 무력했어. 인류는 형편없이 무너져갔네.
Oh, this game.
What is it?
That one game that looks super like Bayonetta but wasn't.
Oh. Oh, we saw that a long time ago, right?
何のじゃあれコンソレと後ろに
The guy with the sword that was doing a bunch of craziness.
Girl with the sword.
Oh, the girl. Oh, I get my Chinese games confused. Yo, can you have like a full shirt on? I mean, like, what? Come on.
That's not how we do it in China.
Completely wrapped up. Between these three people, you can't tell the temperature in the room.
See, they
You have
got
no idea.
DOA jiggle
That's
physics
true.
enabled.
That is true. It's very confusing. What is the temperature in this room right now?
Right.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
she got a jacket on.
Oh wow.
That was nice. Hey, I'm kind of down for this.
Yeah, kinda.
Tech looks like Warframe.
고용의 전사여, 이번에는 우리를 구원할 수 있겠는가?
Watch this comes out February 20th.
Stellar Blade. Somebody asked about this earlier on Reddit. Alrighty.
PlayStation 5 console exclusive 2023. Okay, cool.
Project Eve was a better title.
I like Stellar Blade.
Nah, you
This
do that.
Project Eve
That's
sounds
fine.
like it should be a Parasite Eve game.
Exactly.
Don't play
Which
with
is
her like this.
which is
Oh, I heard a rumor about
just
this.
a way to fuck with Sean. Oh, this is the.
That's LU
I could
in the
be
United
wrong.
States. Oh, is this Assassin's Creed Red?
No, because they said it
No.
would be.
Oh,
yeah,
you're right. It is Tekken.
And they said it was a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
After 3 centuries of the Tokugawa's repressive rule,
This is the new like Dynasty Warriors game, but it's like open world. Yeah, okay.
those who cleave to the past, those who embrace the new,
I am
and the
down for
Ronin,
this. This reminds me of Way of the
warrior
Samurai.
free of all masters and bonds.
And that horse climbing up them stairs like a human. What?
Ooh.
What? What?
I will watch over you all
What?
as your
What the-
blades carve a new
What?
future.
Alright, I'm fucking with it.
Oh my. Oh.
Wait a minute.
I was about to say we got Ghost of Tsushima at home, but I shut me up real quick.
Bro, oh look at that.
Rise.
Yeah, smart, smart.
As
He has a
one.
false head. Ronin. Okay.
Alright, okay.
He has a
Yeah.
false head. Oh my lord.
So they going after Sekiro with this, right? 2024?
That's fine. Take your time. We got a busy year
Oh.
next year.
That's true.
Experience an era of great
This looked like
change and upheaval
the type
in
of game
Rise
that's
of the Ronin,
ambitious
a
and could go
sprawling
real
action
wrong,
RPG
so
from
take all the
Teenager.
time you need. Because that game looked like
Before
it could
we
be
wrap up,
broken.
We've got one more update for you.
Is this gonna be the Uncharted thing? Wait, PC. Uncharted coming to PC.
I highly doubt they would put that in a state of play.
The Japanese shit.
Ragnarok.
Japanese what? Oh! Oh! Good job, boy. Oh, it's a control. Oh, it's a.
Bruce. My boy.
It's not bad. What does the PS5 look like? Or is it just a controller? Oh, okay. It's a controller. Alright. Yeah.
That better not be it. Okay. How the fuck you gonna save that for last?
Let's go.
Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
Kind of sound like it.
I know you. God Killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
That guy sounds American.
Everyone God of War sounds American.
I know, but he sounds
Yeah,
like
Kratos.
he sounds like I know him.
All that blood
Oh.
on your hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters.
We're about to start
Who's keeping
Ragnarok.
you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender god!
Oh no.
Valkyries?
Oh no. They about to whoop my ass.
If I put it on easy, they will.
What do you even know?
Ooh, air combo. Let's go.
Yeet.
Nice.
In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you?
Ah.
Ever prayed to you?
Good job, boy.
Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself.
Uh-oh.
Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
I ride the wolf.
Fate only binds you if you let it.
Named it's Skull and yeah, it's a dog. It's a dog that eats the sun.
Thought we were gonna fight the sun. I thought we was about to fight the sun.
Woo! This joint.
Because it is written.
Hey, pretty. Look at that. Oh my.
Spoilers for no.
That Thor? Yeah. Okay.
We will make our own destiny.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Bro.
Take all my money.
Pre-order now. Yeah. Okay.
Game
Take all my money.
of
That's the show.
Yeah, Skull.
God of War
the
Ragnarok comes to
No.
PS5 and PS4 on November 9th.
Sony's
See you next
first
You're about
parties
to
don't
net me
miss.
30 points.
35, you mean?
Yeah, it is Skull. Called it. Let's go. Norse mythology #1.
Hey.
Oh, I'm actually on the podcast right now. I wasn't even paying attention.
All right.
So-
Well, that was the PlayStation State of Play. All right. Let's get into that. How do you guys feel about that?
There's some solid reveals there.
I think it was just as good as the last one, even with the weird PlayStation Stars thing in the middle, which
Yeah.
they have yet was presented so incredibly bad. You could tell these were supposed to be NFTs before they pulled the plug on them, because
Yeah.
where you display them, what interface goes on with the place, it's whatever. But I'm not gonna. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that definitely feels like a half-baked idea that they're kind of pushing through in hopes that in the future people will just forget about NFTs and they'll just kind of just, quietly introduce NFTs in this way. But like Avery is right. Like in terms of what they just showed, 4 things, and it's like, okay, well that's it, guys. See you later. It's like you didn't even tell us much about this
Exactly what
or
it is,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, but Marcus, what was your take on this?
I know, I thought it was cool. Wasn't really anything mind blowing, but started the show strong with the Tekken 8 reveal. Then Way of the Ronin was like a sleeper hit. Like, I don't think any of us saw that one coming. And then, of course,
No,
God of War Ragnarok. I mean, we all know it's coming. We all know what the deal is. So a part of me is unsure of why that was there.
What, PlayStation Stars or what?
No. God of War Ragnarok. It's like,
Okay, I think okay, so one thing I commented on when they announced this thing and they gave us the sort of sit rep of what it was going to be, I was like, there's not going to be a showcase. we're not getting a PlayStation Showcase this year.
This year.
So
yeah.
This was outside of doing a God of War State of Play specifically. This is going to be the only avenue to show that. And I think them putting at the end of this is them like capitulating to the people who are going to yell and complain about how Sony had to put out a showcase.
Yeah, and just
they
to
didn't
tag
have
on
to.
to Avery, didn't have to what? Do this?
They still didn't have to put out a State of Play or whatever.
Yeah, like I also think like if they didn't put God of War, the last thing they would have ended the show would have been a thing that is in 2024, which is effectively like a whole year out. If you don't include this fall. So I think them throwing God of War is just a sure bet that that's going to get people like clapping. So it's one of those things like if they're trying to play this in a way of, all right, we're trying to make sure we have at least 3 games for everyone. They put God of War in just to make sure that a majority of people are going to end positively with this, because like as Marcus was saying, like there wasn't that much stuff that really appealed to him. I mean, for me, I think this was a pretty good showing. I think there was a few games that I thought was interesting that I'm probably going to check the trailer out again just to watch it to keep it fresh in my brain, because I can't tell you any of the titles other than Stella Blade, because that's what we kind of went back and forth about a little bit.
Yeah, I saw Ronin posted on the blog
Ronin as well.
now.
Yeah.
They hit post.
Yeah. And of course Tekken 8, because Tekken is Tekken and Tekken's on my back. Sean, what was your thoughts on this?
I feel like their first parties don't miss. Money well invested, letting their first parties just take their time and explore however they want. I don't know how it's run at other first party studios for the quote unquote competition. But everything here looks decent for the most part. Tekken, Stellar Blade, Ronin, God of War, Pacific Drive looks strange. I need to actually see what the hell that is.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that that's a driving game, and like we know driving games are very much niche. So it's cool.
Are you
that they're
sure
throwing
that
it
it's a
in.
driving game though, or is it?
It looks like it. I mean, well, I'm just going
it's
off
called
what they've shown.
Pacific Drive.
Yeah, it
Well, yeah,
might be
but-
a thing. It might be a thing where it's part driving and part like you get out and like explore an area, like gas your
Right.
car up, and
Yeah.
Because it felt like one of those games where driving is a component to it, but it's not like the entire point of the game. Because
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like that'd be weird for them to show that whole section of them getting out the car in first person view and everything. If that wasn't,
right, yeah, for sure. I mean, what else? There was just a bunch of games.
Do you want to go through the games? So I have a list.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Okay, so the first thing they did is show off Tekken 8. We already knew Tekken 8 was a thing because of Evo, and that's where they announced it, but this is the first look at it. It just looks like better Tekken. So there's not much to say about that until they start announcing characters, announcing everything going forward, but
more Mishima rap beef.
Yeah, for the umpteenth time, but I guess let's do it. Hopefully they just ignore Kazuya's Sasuke brother, who they introduced last game.
Wait, what?
There's a character named Lars, who's one of
Lars.
Okay.
He straight up looks like a Naruto character. And he controls
I forgot that Lars was a Mishima.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Then they showed off. They're calling it Like a Dragon Ishin, but which is a remake of a game, which is Ryuga Gotoku Ishin, which was a game that was released in 2014 that I remember seeing ages ago, and that's when no one gave a shit about Yakuza. And I remember watching it in a TGS, like a PlayStation TGS conference ages ago. No one gave a shit about Yakuza, so it just stayed in Japan. But now the resurgence of Yakuza is pretty much coming in. This is one of those games that people are like, oh, is it probably coming to Xbox? I think probably. If there's any console exclusivity on it, then I was just paying attention to the channels to see whether Microsoft has tweeted about this or anything forth. But it's more Yakuza. This is with the popularity of Yakuza, this is the easiest win for Sega in terms of we don't have to do any work except just polish it, and we can just release it as a brand new game because we've never released it in America.
I wonder if like, oh, what?
I was gonna say they had a really good setup by releasing the Yakuza games on Game Pass and PlayStation, and then Like a Dragon being as good as it is, and they're throwing this out, so everyone's eye is like, oh, Yakuza, and then so yeah.
I was wondering if like going forward they're going to use the Like a Dragon name for every like spin-off of the mainline Yakuza series.
Probably.
But this gets
no,
this one gets kind of weird.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is technically Yakuza 7.
Right, but then
it's just because they use Like a Dragon for this as well.
I think they're calling it Like a Dragon because they're not Yakuza in this game.
Yeah.
Well, no, because in Like a Dragon, you're fighting Yakuza, and you are in the Yakuza. Like it gets weird though
because for this specific game.
Yeah, no. Okay, so for me, it gets weird because we thought they set a precedent with Yakuza Judgment, where that was the new beat 'em up game.
It's not Yakuza Judgment. It's just Judgment. It's in the same universe.
Oh, it's just Judgment.
There's no ties in it beyond them seeing the same creative team.
Yeah, that's actually a detective game.
I'm pretty sure they're calling it. They're using Like a Dragon because they're not technically Yakuza in this game, and they are actually being creative in their naming cycle of being like, it's an Assassin's Creed game, but you're not really assassin, but it's an Assassin's Creed game.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Then they showed off the PlayStation content we were told about from Hogwarts Legacy. Cool. I'm already still in a weird place of that game where I'm probably going to play it, but I don't know how I'm going to, but I'm going to play it. But so like you need to show me anything, and it's cool that PlayStation's getting content, but it's not anything of any real consequence I can see. Then they showed off Ironwood's game's brand new game called Pacific Drive. I think this game looks dope as shit. Like I hate like one of my favorite driving games of all time. One of my favorite racing games of all time is Split Second, in which part of that game is a racing game, part of it's an obstacle course. And this looked like, all right, let's take the racing out of it and just do an adventure game where you're using a car. So like it looks cool to me. So one of those things I will probably check out.
Right.
Yeah. So I was the audience for that game. Then they came out with the two PSVR announcements. There was the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge thing, which I'm pretty sure seems to be a port of a game that you can play at Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars theme park at Disney. So
I wasn't that far off by saying Dave and Buster's.
Right.
Yeah. And then, or was it? I have to look up into more of it because it might have been an Oculus game, but I'm just assuming because it's called Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And then they showed off Demeo, which I thought at first it was one of the various like I have it on my fucking PC. It's called I forgot what it's called. Anyway, there's this really cool 3D model environment thing you can do for D&D actual play online. I thought
D&D Beyond?
Not even D&D Beyond, because I think you've seen the D&D 1 trailer, right? Where they have the 3D thing. There's an actual app that they seem to have taken that, put that into D&D and Beyond. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh, they're turning that into a game. Which I'm like, cool.
Gotcha.
Because while most actual play role players will say making D&D a gamified experience is probably taking out the fun of D&D, I think it actually can be really good if used correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually removes whatever barrier of entry that maybe people that aren't initiated might feel. So it's a good.
It makes it easier. It makes it easier for people to get the theater of the mind, because now you have something to focus on and look at, and so it's not just he's on this hill over there. I don't know. I'm thinking in my living room. I don't know where the hill is. Like that's not either here or there.
Right.
But then I thought it was a Magic the Gathering game. Then
I thought that too.
Then I thought it was a Legends of Runeterra game. Eventually, it came out to be Demeo, which I'm like, okay, this looks really cool. When I get VR2, this is a game that I'm going to look at and see
what it's looking like,
and how it's shaping up.
Mhm.
We got the PlayStation Stars thing, which is whatever.
Unfortunate.
I don't hate it per se, but it's very transparent what PlayStation Stars was supposed to be, and you really can't hide that. They showed off this really weird game that I thought was like Lost Planet, but it seems to be it's of all the weird Japanese games that were shown off today, this looked like the coolest.
Yeah.
I forgot what the game is called.
I don't know either.
I'm looking
But
it up.
It it reminds me a lot of
Synduality. There we go.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of a combination of like as Avery said, like Lost Planet. As I said, Phantom Crash. Phantom Crash was a like mech brawler that came out for Xbox a long time ago. It didn't move. Actually, no, I think it got a sequel. But
Not to be
like
confused with Phantom Dust.
yes, yeah, definitely.
Which I'll never
It's
forgive
easy to
Xbox
make
for
the
promising a remake for that game and then just abandoning it and just re-releasing the old one.
But yeah, it just reminds me of a lot of different like mech games, and it looks really cool.
It gave like outside of the mech designs, which are very simple and very not super robot, which I'm fine with. It has big Valvrave the Liberator vibes in terms of the main character being in the mech and a floating avatar being in the mech with him. Which that's a interesting mech anime if you ever want to look it up. After that, we finally got the re-reveal of Project Eve, which has been now rebranded as Stellar Blade, which was the Bayonetta like Nier game that they showed off in one of the big PlayStation showcases. That were all like, "Oh, this looks really cool." Also looks super Chinese, and still looks super Chinese. There's some questionable anime designs in the game that I'm just like, okay, but as a
DJ's point about the clothes was so spot on. My man was wearing a full-on jacket with a mask. Meanwhile, baby girl over there with like a swimsuit and some pants.
Pretty sure Stellar Blade is Korean and not Chinese. So I just want to keep that consistent across the board. After they showed off Stellar Blade, that's when we got the Ronin game, Rise of the Ronin, which you guys had more info than I did when I first announced it. But then when you told me it was supposed to be a Dynasty Warriors game, overall Dynasty Warriors game, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's the same team that made Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, but I could be wrong. But looks cool.
Yeah, I mean,
that was not what I was expecting when you said Dynasty Warriors anything. I was expecting it to like go into just like a bunch of like mowing through like 100 people on the screen. So when I saw what I saw, I was like, oh, okay, color me impressed.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they ended the show by showing off a DualSense with Skull and Mani on the front of it, which are the two Norse wolves. One hunts the sun, the other hunts the moon. And that's why the moon and sun move through the air, because they're running away from these two wolves. And so they put that on the controller. I thought we were also going to get God of War themed plates for the PlayStation 5 as well. Because I think I think they're in a weird place, because the thing would be to sell limited edition consoles that are fully modded to like fit your games like they used to. But the modular nature of the PlayStation 5 makes it so much easier to just make cool plates for it and just sell those.
Right.
And one is like we're making $50, and one is we're selling an entire console. So like I don't know which one you do. But like, but then they ended with a surprisingly long, and I'm not gonna say spoilerific, but it revealed a lot about God of War Ragnarok, including we're getting the first speaking role for Tyr. I'm pretty sure Odin's in that trailer. They hint to both the more Valkyrie fights and Freya and what her role as villain will this game be, as well as show off a hint of a Thor battle. And the thing I like the most about this trailer is there was not a single environment in that trailer that I recognized from the last game.
Yeah, yeah.
Which aesthetically means that they're playing with an entirely new palette in terms of world design, which I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and that was the state of play. So to reiterate, it was about what I expected in terms of like it's going to be a very Asian focused thing, but they truncated it really small, so there's not a they didn't fall into the Nintendo problem where like Nintendo they also did Nintendo Direct today, which I don't think is very good, and it's not very good because they showed the same game 15 times.
Yeah.
Other than Zelda.
Yeah.
Like I'm a
farming simulator?
Yeah, like I'm a fan.
We got farming simulators.
I'm a fan of Japanese games and Japanese RPGs as much as the next guy, but you can't just keep showing a farming simulator into a life simulator into a RPG that's also a farming simulator over and over and over again, and then expect me to be like, oh, this is all great.
Yeah.
So like it being truncated, being focused, and them being smart of putting God of War at the very end to get people who didn't care to like, oh, this was worth it, and then actually feature Tekken and a couple other big interesting games. I think was a really solid performance from the state of play.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think this was a good showing. I think they did a good job of giving everyone at least a few games to really think about and really be interested in. And like, yeah, like putting God of War at the end is like a no-brainer at this point. And it looks so good. It looks so good. I am so excited to play this game. Like, this is everything that I want to see in this game. And I as Avery was saying, like, I love the fact that they are showing such different environments. And I think this is going to be such a good time. Minus the whole thing of Kratos possibly dying.
Like Joel? I hope not. Somebody said they took the enemy variety comment to heart because there were so many different enemies that you saw in the shit.
If Kratos goes out like Joel, I will laugh hysterically.
Abby gonna show up too.
The entire time the enemy was like, "You had this coming, Kratos. I'll play your games."
Abby could throw hands with Kratos. I'm just saying.
I'm Joel. This here is a boy.
Nah, I mean there's a reason why that was the first game that I bet on for Fantasy League. So yeah,
I was robbed.
It will pay off. It looks like it's gonna pay off.
No, I was robbed.
Ain't nobody tell you to bet against Pokemon. You jerk.
Ain't nobody tell you to bet against God of War and then DJ saved your ass.
Thought it wasn't coming out.
Forgot about that.
DJ saved your ass.
I was in it with his chest too. I want to counterpick God of War. I was like, okay.
Boy, you would have ran me. Oh, you would have lost so many points.
To the Shadow Realm would be.
Marcus would have demanded your house.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
All right. Well, that has been us reacting to the PlayStation State of Play for September 13th. We hope you enjoyed this reaction as much as we enjoyed reacting to it. If you haven't, do the thing where you like this reaction podcast, and then you hit that subscribe button. If you have not, then you hit that notification bell, because we need you to do those three things, and those three things will keep us going. I got a lot of spit in my mouth again. Jesus. Ugh. Anyways,
yuck mouth.
Yeah. Hey, excuse me. I brushed my teeth. Thank you very much.
Did you just say yuck mouth?
I'm out.
Said yuck mouth. Yeah.
Funny
Peace
enough.
out. We'll see you in the next podcast. Take care and watch our videos. Peace.
Bye, y'all.